Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Dizzy, back in your visual with another story time, you dig? Just did a mukbang story about my first weed panic attack. Go peep that if you want to check it out. This story time got the 805 to make me feel alive, you dig? But this is a trip story time, an acid trip story time. About the time took acid at the 21 Savage concert. Try is busting. So boom. This was probably like 2019 too. Just like the last story. Right before COVID and all that. So boom. Me and my cousin was hitting all these concerts and shit. Rap scene was lit in LA. Turning up. And me and my nigga we just started fucking with psychedelics a lot more. Acid and shrooms. So we hit each other up like, yo, 21's coming to LA. Nudi's opening for the nigga. It's gonna be dumb hard. Let's take some acid. Niggas like, alright, fuck it, let's take some acid. So boom. We go. We got our joints rolled up. Lunch rolled up. And we got the acid to get blasted, you feel me? So, we roll everything in the car, smoke one more time, and we head to the line. And this was a 21 concert, so there was hella people, longer line. It wasn't too long, but it was longer for sure. And mind you, we had to get to this one early, but we knew that nigga 21 wasn't coming out forever. So I kind of didn't want to take the acid too early because I wanted to be able to like trip longer. But looking back, that was dumb as shit. Because it was still like 9 p.m. I should have took that shit around like 8 or 7. Because that shit's like a 12-hour trip. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking you about to be tripping all night long, nigga. I was just like, I don't want to be peaking before 21 come out. So, boom. We rolled the joint, smoke everything in the car. Packed something to walk in with. And we both got the acid. We're waiting in line and shit. And my cousin gets a feeling like, yo, I don't feel like I should be taking acid right now. Thank God, because if we was both fucked up, that would have been a whole nother mess. So he's like, I don't think I'm going to take the tab, bro. I'm cool with just smoking, seeing 21, that's lit. He's like, I'm trying to remember this. Oh, I think that's what he was saying, actually. He wants to remember it. So I remember, I'm like, fuck it. Let me take your tab, too. So, boom. Throw both tabs. There was gel tabs under my tongue. Let them bitches sit till they was like all the way dissolved and then swallow them motherfuckers. Damn. So boom. We're moving through the line and shit. Everything's smooth. And I think one of us got caught at the fucking line with like weed, and then like I think he lost the joints he had, and I think I lost my lighter, but he still had the lighter and I still had the joints, so we was kind of, you know what I'm saying, still making shit work. And I already popped the tab, so I ain't have to worry about that no more. So boom, I'm sitting in there, we're walking in the line. I remember we go through the doors and it was like a maze to get in that bitch. Like they had like a maze on the outside, like the merch was in a random ass corner, and it was like a maze, not a maze, but a couple turns inside. And as we were like finally getting in there, it must have took like a cool like 30 minutes, because as we're getting in there, I'm like, oh, I think I'm starting to feel it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little bit high, but I could be tripping. So we're chilling in that bitch. We found like a little spot to post up at. We're like, all right, this is cool. And it's just hella people at first, them playing music, and we're like, damn, when they gonna bring the niggas out? You know what I'm saying? At least the openers. And then we're like, fuck it, let's smoke some. We had like 3 joints or some shit. Smoke one. Niggas getting high. I'm like, okay. They start playing music louder. We're like, all right, let's go down there. They start having the openers come through. We're like, all right, bet, this is cool. And I thought, like, I was feeling like the come up feelings at first, but I wasn't really tripping yet. And then I eventually remember, like, boom, Nudie comes out. And so we're like, oh, my nigga, it's time. Well, I remember I was really big on Nudie at the time. I don't remember if my cousin was, but I was already fucking with Nudie. So I'm like, nigga, what? We gotta get out there. I was like, nigga, this nigga Nudie too hard. You feel me? I ain't finna be sitting way back here. So boom, I get out there and like I'm peeping like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like 6 foot, so I'm peeping like everybody else that know Nudie, and it's like funny because it's like it seemed like only the tall niggas, like everybody that was like above the crowd, seemed like they was mouthing everything, and then everybody was like that was shorter just seemed like they was like, who is this nigga? This is hard, but who is this nigga? So it was funny because I was peeping all the tall niggas and we're looking at each other, turning up like, yeah, nigga, this that shit, ain't it? Rapping that shit back and forth and shit. And that's when everything started hitting me. That's when I started getting high. Y'all don't know about psychedelics. It's like emotion based. So the more emotional you are, the more you feel it. So as I'm like turning up, like, yo, this nigga Nudie hard as shit, the drugs start coming in. So I'm feeling more vibrations. I'm feeling more like lit, you know what I'm saying? Like the vibe was just on. I'm just feeling excited as fuck. Like the music is just hitting. I'm vibing hard as fuck. And then like next thing I know, boom, the vibration is going through my whole body. It just feels like electricity. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is this? And then I remember they had like a big ass speaker in the corner, and like the speaker just started vibrating, like not vibrating like physically, but like visually. It looked like it was doing waves, like zzz, but like in a wave thing. So I was like, damn, this is crazy. And then I'm just kind of, you know what I'm saying, still turning up, recording everything, phone out. And I'm not even paying attention to what I'm recording. I'm just kind of turning up in that bitch, you feel me? I'm like, but I'm gonna want to remember this because I'm high as fuck right now. So I'm like, dumb lit. Nudie goes through his set, and I'm like, damn, this nigga Nudie is so fucking lit. But in the middle of this, me and my cousin, like, they started doing mosh pits and all that. We end up getting separated, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can't find me, I can't find him type shit. So we're like, fuck it. Like, what are we gonna do? Miss the concert? So we just keep turning up. And then I remember they played, what's that hit? What was it? Damn. What's that song name? It's like one of the biggest 21 and Nudie songs. But that shit turns on, so I'm thinking like, Nudie's been on for a cool like 30 minutes. This probably gonna be the transition song, and this nigga 21 probably gonna come out, rap his part. Nah, nigga. They had Nudie rap his part of the song. Then the song ended. They had like a little 5-minute break. Then 21 came out. I was like, nigga, you could have came and peeped it. You know what I'm saying? That song is so lit. I was like, you really should have came out right there, my nigga. That would have been lit. And then but he didn't. And so boom. They had a little intermission so they could set the stage up for Savage and shit. So boom. All of a sudden everything turns red as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They start having like a little sound like Morgan Freeman intro or something. But it was just like introducing Savage about to come on, Savage about to come on. So everybody's turning up. We're like, oh yeah. DJ, you ready to see 21? You ready to see 21 set? We're like, hell yeah, bring them out. You know what I'm saying? And just turning up, you feel me? Nigga 21 comes out, and that nigga just like, yeah, boom, boom, but 21. And we're turning up to 21. And it must have been the acid, but that nigga looked like a motherfucking action figure up there, bruh. Like, my whole, like, memory of that nigga was just, like, him just going like this. On stage the whole time. So I'm, like, low-key, like, damn. Like, why wasn't you as lit as Nudie? Like, that nigga Nudie was jumping around the stage the whole time, getting close to the fans and shit. That nigga 21 was just on some, like, I'm 21, bitch. Rap my shit. But that nigga has hits, though. So what was we doing? We was in there rapping every motherfucking word of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Recording that bitch. And by the time 21 came out, I'm tripping way more. You feel me? So boom. I remember he had like his screens, and they were all playing like little like demonic type shit, like skulls with the head on fire type shit. Just like different like scary type visuals. And like I started realizing like, bruh, this shit is trippy. But the fact that I'm on acid made it like 3D pop out, like the animation was just like on acid itself, you feel me? And so I'm like, oh shit, like these niggas ain't even seeing the same visuals I am. Like this shit is going crazy. And then like the whole like speaker that was just vibrating a little bit, it looks like it's like barking at me like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, yo, like everything is looking trippy as fuck now. So I'm like, damn, this shit's lit. But when I trip, I will say that most of my trips aren't as visual. So it kind of just chill like that most of the time. Like, for the rest of the time 21 it was out, it was dumb lit, but it wasn't like any more visual than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had like a little cloud thing going around him. The colors were going crazy. The speaker and then the lights, they were going a little crazy, but it wasn't too much. So I remember everybody's turning up. I'm like, yeah, this shit lit. And then out of nowhere, that nigga 21, like a song ends, that nigga just turned around and ran off stage. And everybody, not just me, everybody in that bitch, instantly, what the fuck? You don't see that? Where'd that nigga go? I don't know if that nigga had a flight to catch or what, but that nigga was gone. Ain't say a damn word. So everybody's kind of confused as fuck. Like, is he about to come back out and do one more song? Like, nigga, we wasn't done. I don't know if you was done, but your ass ain't there no more. And then, like, after like 30 seconds of like confusion, the lights just turn on. Like, it was like a dark ass, like chill ass vibe, and next thing you know, it's like lights on bright as fuck, and you're just looking around, and it's just a bunch of fucked up motherfuckers. Like, you could just tell everybody's off some shit. Like, everybody's either drunk or off some shit, or just tired as fuck because they were just turning up for a couple hours. And everybody looked confused. So we're just looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? And then the doors, they opened like some big ass side doors that led like straight to the street. Like, we had to come in through this back way, all these turns and shit. But when we came out, it was just boom. They opened these double doors and everybody just started flooding out them bitches. So I'm looking confused as fuck. Like, damn, the concert really just ended like that? And when you're on psychedelics, you feel the vibe of the room so much more. That's why it's important to like control who you're vibing with, like tripping with, in a safe spot that you're comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not a concert with a bunch of people you never met when you lost your cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I wasn't really thinking that trip all the way through. I was just like trying to have some fun. But instantly as I caught everybody's vibe, I started feeling it. So I started feeling lost and confused and high as fuck. And that emotion caused everything to like start tripping out way more, bruh. So I remember my cousin calls me, and as I'm walking out the door, and he's like, yo, where you at? Yada yada. And I'm like, yo, what's good? Like, yeah, I'm walking out right now. I'm like, oh wait, I don't really know where I am. I'm like, oh, I thought I was outside, but I'm on a movie set. And he's like, what do you mean you're on a movie set? And I was like, nigga, I thought I walked outside, but I just walked through another door to like a different room in the building. Because when I walked outside, I didn't realize I started tripping 10 times more. So everything I was looking at turned into clay. Like, if you've seen the Harold and Kumar Christmas Story, or like James and the Giant Peach, like how everything is clay made, the streets of LA were all like someone built them. Like, everything just seemed fake as fuck. Like, I was looking at the street signs, the lights, the buildings, everything looked like it was put together like by like some clay type shit. So I'm like, my nigga, I'm in a movie studio. I'm like, I thought I was outside, but I'm not. I'm like, I'm looking at the streets and it's just all fake. And my nigga's like, nah, my nigga, like, you're not in a studio. He's like, you are in the streets. And I'm like, nigga, what? This shit don't look real though. And I just keep looking around and I instantly realize, oh, fuck, I'm just tripping balls. And then so I'm like looking around like, oh shit, realizing I'm tripping balls. And then I see cops. And the cops are just there to make sure everybody's like chilling as they're walking out there. But in my head, I'm like, bro, these niggas are looking for me because I'm tripping. So I'm like, I gotta walk the other way. So this nigga's trying to figure out where the fuck I am. I'm like, I don't know. I seen cops over there. I don't know where the fuck we parked. I don't know. There's just hella people around me looking drunk and confused. Everybody's trying to call like, hey, where you at? Let's get back to the cars. Where's the cars at? So nobody really knows where the fuck anybody is all around me. So I'm just feeling lost. I'm like, my nigga, hold on. Like, I don't know. And for some reason, I think I hung up. I don't remember how we hung up, but it was just like, nigga, we can't figure this shit out right now. So boom. I remember like being like, okay, I remember kind of where I parked my car on my map. I'm like, I think I put park on the Google Maps. So I'm gonna just look at where I parked my car and just walk towards there. Nigga, tell me why I look at my phone and it just looks like a bunch of lasers going across the screen, like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, ah, fuck. And like, I can kind of make out the different apps, but I cannot tell anything that's happening on my phone. Like no words or nothing. So I click on Google Maps and I can see I'm on Google Maps, like the colors, but it's just like everything is just fucking trippy. I can't tell what the fuck's going on. So I'm like, damn. Walk up to this random group of white kids. I'm like, hey, bruh, ain't even finna lie to you right now, my nigga. I'm tripping balls and I can't see my phone. I just needed you to tell me where it says my car is parked right here. Because I know I parked somewhere right here and I'm pretty sure. And these niggas is like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, these niggas is like lit. They're like, no way, what the fuck? You just tripping right now? Ha ha ha. I'm like, yeah, but like, besides the point, I just need some help with my phone. And these niggas is trying to help me. They're like, yeah, we don't really see, like, yada, yada. And I'm trying to call my cousin, like, okay, I think I'm on these streets right here. And then they're like, yeah, like, we don't really know where you parked your car, but we can help you. Like, you want to stay with us? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to just figure this shit out. So I'm like, fuck it. Get my phone back. Call my cousin. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, I just had these white kids try and help me, but they didn't know where my car was either. I thought I marked it on the map. This shit's stupid. And they're like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And I just started walking. Like, I just started walking. So I'm walking down, and I remember I passed this motel, and I see it had, like, some benches, in, like, as you walk, like, I'm, like, on the sidewalk. If you walk in that bitch, in front of, like, the rooms and shit, there's, like, a little bench. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna go sit on that bench. I can't tell what the fuck's going on. So I'm sitting on the bench trying to tell my cousin, like, yo, I'm at the Motel Inn, the Sunset Inn, whatever the fuck it's called. And then all of a sudden, the security guard comes out. He's like, nigga, you can't be sitting right here, yada, yada. I'm like, nigga, I'm just trying to tell my ride to pick me up right here. He's like, yeah, I get it, but nigga, nah. And I'm like, damn. So my cousin's like, nigga, Sunset Inn, stay right there. I'm finna come scoop your ass with the car. And I'm like, all right. And I'm like, wait, I could just walk back to you. And then he's like, nigga, no. Because when I'm high, my sense of direction is horrible. Like, it was horrible back then in general, but when I was high, it was worse. Like, that was cool. But back then, it was horrible. It was shot. So this nigga was like, nigga, do not walk nowhere. Just stay right there. I'll find your ass. And so I'm just, like, posted outside. And eventually, this nigga comes, scoops me. And he just pulls up on the sidewalk. I'm like, hey, my nigga, yada, yada. When we hop in the car, and I'm explaining to him, like, yo, that shit was crazy, yada, yada. Everything turned into clay on a bitch, nigga. I was like, damn. Shit is crazy. And this nigga's like, well, it is like 1 o'clock. We are still in LA. Like, we do got some more weed to smoke. Fuck it, let's go to the beach. I'm like, fuck it, let's go to the beach then. So, boom. Niggas pull up to like Santa Monica or something. Whatever it was closest, probably. I think it was Santa Monica. And I remember, was that the same night? Bro, that was. I remember this nigga was like trying to park by the beach, and like there was signs talking about don't park here after a certain time, yada yada. Oh no, that sign was further in though. But there was another sign talking about some one-way street. Don't turn right, only go left. But the parking lot was like literally like straight in front of us, and you just have to go straight across, but it's like a little bit to the right. So the nigga tried to bust like a quick right into the bitch, and we didn't even notice there was cops right there. Cops try to pull us over and shit, and I'm on acid. This nigga is like tripping because there's hella weed in the car. I'm off acid, and he just made a wrong turn on a right. And I'm like, I'm looking at the sign like, nigga, you probably shouldn't do that. But the nigga's like, nah, nigga, it's just right here. So boom, the cops immediately turn the lights on. They're like, hey, what the fuck y'all doing? Yada, yada, yada. And we're like, oh, my bad. He's like, this is a right turn only. Why the fuck you going? It's a left turn only. Why you going right on down a one way? And he's like, oh, my bad. I was just trying to get to this parking lot right here, yada, yada. He's like, there wasn't anybody. We didn't even see that, yada, yada. And the cop was like, look, you guys can't even be here at night, yada, yada. I don't know why y'all are out here. He's like, but keep it real. He's like, I come back here like every hour. So he's like, if y'all are gone, then cool. He's like, but if y'all are still here, then I'm gonna have to kick y'all out and give y'all a ticket or something. And then we're like, oh, this nigga low-key being cool. We're like, all right, fuck it, we'll be gone. We're just gonna look at the beach real quick and we'll be back. He didn't even know. He probably knew he was finna go smoke a blunt at the beach real quick. On God, because what the fuck else? You just gonna walk to the beach real quick and then walk back? Like, nigga. So boom. I remember this nigga was like, I just need to see your license, your registration real quick. Oh no, that happened first. So the nigga was like, let me see your license and registration. Why y'all going down that way, yada yada. And this nigga forgot where his shit was. So he's trying to explain to the cop where it is. And you know how cops are, like, as you're looking for your shit, they like to press the questions to like make you nervous, to make you say some shit that you didn't want to say. So the nigga's not gonna spill the beans like, I just killed 2 people last night. But like, they're just trying to get anything out of the nigga. And so he starts getting nervous because this cop is pressing him. I'm like, nigga, like, calm down. Like, I'm on acid telling him to calm down. Like, nigga, I'm tripping balls right now. Why am I telling you to calm down? So I start talking to the officer. And then another one comes down to my side, and then I have to roll the window down. I'm like, hey, yeah, we're just honestly just looking at the beach real quick. We just left the concert. Yeah, everything's cool right now, yada yada. And I'm talking to them, and then like after I talk to them, they realize, okay, these niggas chilling. Ain't nothing happening. So they're like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, well, then that's when they're like, yeah, so we'll be back in an hour. Like, no one's supposed to be here, but if y'all ain't here by the time we get back, everything's straight. So we're like, all right, boom. I'm like, all right, I appreciate y'all. We'll be out of here quick. And they're like, all right, fuck it, cool. And then boom, this nigga parks. We go out. We smoke the blunt. No, we roll the blunt. We go out and we start sparking it up. And I'm just looking at the fucking ocean. And mind you, it's like 1 to 2 a.m. Bruh, I was so faded. I was not faded off of weed, but just high in general, bruh. I'm looking at the ocean and it just looks like pitch black. It was like, it looks pitch black and all you hear is waves crashing, but it's so like harmonious. It almost feels like I'm in pitch silence. Like the feeling, cause I don't know. It almost feels like I'm just in emptiness type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking out in the black. And like I could just, the only thing you hear is really just waves. It was just super fucking peaceful. And I'm just like, damn, like, this feeling is beautiful. Like, I've never seen a color more black. Like, I don't know. It was just the biggest vibe, being high as shit, looking over the ocean. And so we smoked the blunt, boom, boom, boom. We're like, all right, let's get back to the car. Get the fuck up out of here before them cops come. So, boom, we did that. Hold on. So boom. One second. So boom. The nigga pulls back to the concert because that was where my car was. And I'm still high as fuck. And so this nigga's like, are you cool to drive, bruh? And I'm like, yeah, like, I've been high for hours. I should be coming down now. And I was. Like, I was tripping balls at the beach, but by the time we went from, like, the beach back to the car, it was like, we were just chilling, vibing, listening to music. So I was like, I was straight chilling, you feel me? And so I was like, yeah, I'll be cool to drive back, my nigga. I'm gonna just follow you, because we live the same direction. Like, damn near next to each other. So I was like, boom. I'll just follow you back home. Hop in my car, get everything straight, start following this nigga. Now, this nigga be driving kind of wild, no cap. And so I remember as we're, like, going through the streets of LA, that shit is pure empty. I'm telling you, it was, like, at least 2 a.m. And there's, like, literally one other car on the street, and my cousin accidentally cuts that nigga off. And so I don't know what this nigga was on, but after that nigga cut him off, that nigga starts getting super mad, like speeds up next to the nigga, starts talking shit, speeds in front of the nigga, tries like slamming on his brake, and then they're like, he's just trying to fight with him the whole time. So like, out of nowhere, my cousin's just like, fuck this nigga, and he just starts like getting mad at the nigga back, and so he just starts getting into like this high speed, not a chase, but like, damn, that car is fucked up. But they're like kind of just fighting and going fast as fuck, like 60, 70 on the streets towards the freeway and shit. And then my cousin's supposed to be like, yo, you're tripping. Let me drive slow. You know what I'm saying? Smooth and control. Nigga forgot I was following him. So now I'm driving fast as fuck through LA, and I start getting way higher because now my emotions is. I'm like, oh shit, I have to like. This is hard, bruh. Driving fast as fuck is hard off acid, and I have no clue where I'm going. And so I'm like, everything starts tripping. Everything has like this red vibe all of a sudden. And like, I remember the roads were like hella wavy. And like, the only reason I knew I was going straight was because I was following this nigga. And then boom, next thing I know, we're on the freeway. And this nigga is speeding fast as fuck. Like, we're flying like 90. Like, not fast as fuck. Like, 90's not too fast. But like, when you're tripping, bruh, I was feeling like I was going 200 miles an hour type shit. So I'm flying on that bitch. And by the time we hop on the freeway, I swear it was like the sides of the road were like lava. So it was like we're driving on a road that was like, if you fall off the road, it's like lava. And that was low-key probably a good thing to like keep my mind focused on not flying off. But it's scary as fuck in the moment because you're like, why the fuck is there lava on the side? It felt like I was on like a Mario Kart map. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, this shit is insane. And like, it was like a cool like 30, 45 minute drive home type shit. So we're just flying and that shit is going crazy. And I swear the only reason I know I'm going straight is because I'm following this nigga. Like, I know I was swerving a little bit. But like, niggas made it back. You know what I'm saying? Niggas made it back safe. Niggas was tripping. I called a nigga. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why are you driving so damn fast? This nigga like, oh, my bad, I forgot. I'm like, nigga, what you mean you forgot? I'm like, nigga, I'm tripping balls over here. Your ass over here speeding. And then so we chill out, make it back to the crib and shit. Niggas ended up just like getting high one more time and knocking out. But that was really honestly one of the craziest trips I ever had. Just because it was so much happening, you know what I'm saying? It felt like 3 different dope-ass moments all in one trip. It was like, it was like 4. It was like vibing in the concert off acid was crazy. Dope-ass experience. The end of the concert where everybody felt stupid, lost, and confused, and everything turned into clay was like a whole crazy-ass shit. And then when I went to the beach, that whole feeling of like just peace, watching like pure blackness, it was like the blackest black ever. It was crazy. And then the drive home, bruh, driving on like a road to hell. That's what it was like. It was like literally like dark as fuck. Everything was red, lava on the sides of the road. Like, you're in hell, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I was driving through. And that shit was lit. So that felt like kind of like 4 trips in one type shit. Or like 4 events in one trip. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit was crazy. That was 2019. Quite a long time ago. I ain't finna hold you. But yeah, that shit was lit. That was another story time. You know what I'm saying? If you fuck with this one, you want some more, let me know in the comments. I'll hit y'all with some more. I got more stories about trips. I got more stories about whatever the fuck you want to hear. You dig? Dizzy. Back with a visual. You know what I'm saying? Next time I'll probably have a blizzy. Catch y'all on the next one.